I'm raw food chef Chaya-Ryvka from thelivingvision.com here on behalf of Living Tree Community Foods. This is my son and co-host sous chef Hodaya Ketriel, and today we're going to share with you a really simple and delicious recipe for a raw marinara sauce.
Bubble!
And Hodie's looking at some bubbles. Okay, so it's a really super simple sauce that you could embellish upon if you desire. I find the simplicity to be wonderful. The ingredients are some fresh tomatoes, some sun-dried tomatoes, some dates, which you see Hodie playing with right now, some coconut vinegar, and some extra virgin olive oil. Both of the vinegar, the olive oil, the salt, and the tomatoes and dates are available. Sun-dried tomatoes and dates are available from Living Tree Community Foods. The only thing that you'll need to purchase from your market is the fresh tomatoes. So we'll go ahead and get started. It's very easy. First off, we're going to put 2½ cups of chopped tomatoes into the high-speed blender. Or you could add your dates first, which Hodaya is doing. Do you want to add the rest of the dates, sweetie? No? Okay. There you go. Normally I like to put the most watery element of the mixture in first because that will help everything to start blending. And a few dates aren't going to inhibit the blending process, but just as a general thing, I like to add the fresh juicy fruits first, or foods. So now I'll add those tomatoes, and they're very roughly chunked and measured. And I have some sun-dried tomatoes that I've been soaking in some water, and I suggest soaking your sun-dried tomatoes for at least 4 hours or so. If you're doing it at the last minute, you could always do a hot soak. You could always boil some water and pour that over the tomatoes, but if you think about it in advance and you have the time, then soak them in cold water and you'll retain the raw food integrity of your dried tomatoes. Okay, so this is 10 sun-dried tomatoes soaked. And we'll save some of that liquid there in case we need some more later. We also have 1 teaspoon of salt. This is already measured, Hodie. Do you want to put the whole thing in the blender? We don't need to pinch any salt. Okay, but you could put this whole thing in the blender if you want to help. Can you lift this whole thing up and put it in the blender, sweetie? I can bring the blender down here. Yeah. Thank you. So that was 1 teaspoon of the Himalayan crystal salt. And now we'll add a 1/4 cup of Living Tree's extra virgin olive oil.
Wow.
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 Wow. Okay.
Wow. Bubble.
And now we're just going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of this coconut vinegar. And you could also use apple cider vinegar if you have that at home already. Ooh, okay. We overpoured a little bit. That's okay. Okay, so now we're going to blend, and that's going to be it. So let's start this blending process. First we'll get a lid. Almost, honey. We're not quite ready to start it yet. Let's turn that down. When we're ready, you can flip this switch first. This one. This one over here. There you go. Yeah, you can flip this one up. Or should I? Okay, I'm going to do it right down. And then you can turn this one off. Perfect. So we'll give it a little taste, and if you want it to be sweeter or saltier, you can adjust the flavor at this point. Hodie, do you want to taste any? You do? No? Okay. So I'll pour this out so you can see what it looks like. It's a nice thick marinara. If you want it thinner, add some of that tomato water. So what I have here are some thinly sliced tomatoes And I just used a nice sharp knife to cut those pretty thin. It's not paper thin, but it's probably about, it's probably about 1/4 of an inch in thickness. And I used a mandolin to thinly slice some zucchini strips, and you can see that that's cut short. And that's because I'm just building a 1-serving lasagna. If you wanted to, you could fill a whole lasagna pan like this, but this is just kind of a quick, easy meal for 1 or 2 people. What I'm going to do here is take some of my zucchini, about 3 slices, and I'm slightly overlapping those on the plate here. Okay, now on top of that, I'm going to spread just a little bit of our marinara. And if by chance you're just finding this video but you haven't seen the recipes for these other ingredients, then just go to Living Tree Community's YouTube page and you'll find the marinara and the pesto and the mozzarella and the tapenade recipes there. So there's a little marinara. Now what I've done with our mozzarella cheese is I've kind of broken it up so that its consistency is similar to a ricotta now. And I'm just going to take a nice big scoop of that, place it on top of the marinara, and just kind of break it on there so that it spreads evenly. I guess spreading evenly isn't the right way to describe this. I just want to have some of the cheese over the entire surface there. So there's our cheese. Okay, now what I'm going to do is put 1 slice of our tomato on top of that and press it down slightly. Next I'm going to take a little of our tapenade and put that on our tomato and spread that around evenly. And on top of the tapenade we can do a little pesto. And if you don't want to make all of these ingredients, you could always just use marinara and the mozzarella. And we could take a nice basil leaf just to put right on top there for some decoration, and obviously that basil leaf is delicious and edible as well. And that is a really easy, quick lasagna that you can make. All of these ingredients are fresh. Even if you make the mozzarella right away, you don't have to wait for it to set up. You could put it right on top of your lasagna right away, or whatever you're going to use that for right away. Cody wants another slice of zucchini on there. Thank you, darling. So that's just a fun idea for these delicious toppings that we've made here. So try it out at home. Let us know how you use your sauces and your olive oils, and just have a lot of fun and enjoy it. We love bringing you these recipes.
Bye!
I'm raw food chef Chaya-Ryvka. This is Hodaya Cacio. We're saying bye-bye and thank you for joining us.